Imagine working hard for all your life, going to school, and getting all the qualification you can for your dream job. But somebody else also has those exact same experience, work, and effort, and they get offered more money than you for your dream job. Not because they're more qualified, not because they're better at the job, but simply because of who they are. Wouldn't that make you feel as though you were less than? And wouldn't that be demoralizing and degrading? Well, that is something that women every day face in the United States. This could be any one of us, but women especially are suffering from this. I personally have experienced this. Back a couple years ago, I was working as an EMT in a mostly male-dominated field as a supervisor overseeing all male EMTs. I was the only female in the organization for EMTs. And I discovered about a year into being a supervisor that my EMTs that I was overseeing were all making $2 more an hour than I was. And I was being $2 underpaid as compared to them. And it was one of the worst experiences of my life because I was putting in all this extra effort, extra time, and all of these extra things at my job to do a good job, to supervise these EMTs. And despite all of my extra work and all of my oversight, they were making more than I was. And that was very unfair and very demoralizing for me. I had a difficult time and actually left that organization shortly after. I wanted my work and my effort to be valued, and I wanted to be valued as a person and as an employee. This is a common feeling for women across organizations. I am not alone in this opinion. Women deserve equal pay to men in the workplace. Women deserve to have equal rights in the workplace. The problem is that this is not just a problem that I'm facing. This is universal across the United States. According to payscale.com, women are currently paid 79 cents for every dollar that men make in the United States. That was for 2019. And as well as them only making 79 cents, their pay scale flattens earlier than men's. That was pulled from NBC.com. What this means is that women are paid less than men, but also if you look at a curve of their career over time, they flatten out younger and make less total over their entire career. Men will continue to make money, men will continue to make more money throughout their career for longer than women. And when you total up an entire career's worth of money, it is a significant figure as far as how much money a woman is losing compared to a man when compared to overall education and length of time at the place of employment. So the question is, why is this happening? Why are women being paid less over time as a career and individually per hour? Why is this happening? According to weforum.org, who interviewed an economist, there are two reasons: discrimination and complex factors, according to her. Well, let's break it down a little bit more sophisticated than that. According to weforum.org, there's a wage penalty of 7% per child for motherhood. And when you look at that graph that I was discussing earlier, it does level out and top out at around childbearing age, somewhere around, mid to late 20s and continuing through the 30s. According to this article, this 7% wage reduction per child is often due to women asking for accommodations for child care and the place of employment feeling like they are no longer able to effectively perform their job duties due to their now having a child. It is also said that women choose different occupations from men, and that because these jobs are historically female jobs, they have been historically underpaid, and there has been no change over time to accommodate this. For example, teaching historically was a female-based job, and the wages have not been adjusted to reflect current beliefs, and they have not been adjusted to reflect how important this position is, and therefore teachers are underpaid. Similar opinions are held for librarians, nurses. Historically female jobs are typically underpaid, not necessarily because of a current social bias, but a historical social bias that has been allowed to continue and not been updated. So how do we fix this problem? The simple answer is just pay women the same as men. Like, it really could be that simple. But because it's a countrywide thing, it's really not that simple, right? The best thing that we can do is eliminate any bias for gender based off pay, right? But that's an individual thing. We can't force everyone to be on the same page on that, right? Employers have their own ability to decide what they pay their employees, and that is why this needs to start with the individual. We as individuals need to decide that this is unacceptable and say something and take action, and individually in our places of employment, if we're in positions of leadership, making those decisions to pay women the same as men. I'm not saying you need to pay all women exactly the same as all men. I'm just saying if you have a woman and a man with the same number of years of experience, same education, they should be paid the same. There should not be a gender bias there. Pay based off education and experience, not off of gender. So to wrap up, women are underpaid because of historical biases, current biases, and basically there's a motherhood tax. Women deserve equal pay in the workplace, and in order to fix this, we need to take action individually, and hopefully by setting an example as individuals, we can come together as a nation and change this problem. So women, go online and make sure that you're not being underpaid like I was, that you're not working extra hard and overseeing people for $2 less an hour than your employees. Men, you probably aren't underpaid, but double check that. And if you see something, say something. If you're a man, like, your voice can communicate so much more than sometimes women, because women have historically made a lot of comments about this problem. And if a man comes forward and says, you know what, this person is underpaid, that can make all the difference in the world. So everybody just needs to use their voice, speak up in their place of employment, and hopefully together as a nation we are able to begin to solve this problem.